Hey there, Morbid Maniacs. It's time for another spooky video, and for tonight's spooky video I am going to be talking about a haunted ice cream factory. So I thought this story was really interesting, and I also would like to apologize if you hear any dogs or the washer going in the next room. There's not really much I can do about that, so my apologies. Just try to ignore it. So this ice cream factory was called Reid's Ice Cream Factory, and it was in Blue Point, Long Island, New York. It opened in the year of 1926 and it closed in 1969. So in the 1950s there was a really popular nightclub that was around in the area, and it was known as the It place to be. So many people would come from all over just to visit and experience this club. So there was once a local girl around this time who was referred to as Linda, and she often hung around this nightclub, and she soon accepted a job there as an exotic dancer. One night she met a man while she was working, and she agreed to meet up with him in the parking lot when she got off. And some of her friends had overheard her talking to this man and warned her not to go. But she did not follow their advice. She hopped into his car and they drove off to the ice cream factory. It was a very secluded area which made for a very nice makeout spot. Now there are several versions of this story as to where the legend actually goes from here. Some say she rejected him and he ended up attacking her and killing her and leaving her body there and taking off. Another version of the story says that they were making out when someone had actually attacked them, and the man had been killed instantly while the girl had actually been raped and then tortured to death. They ended up finding Linda's body on the property, while the man's body they never recovered. I also read that the woman's head was nearly decapitated. The police were never able to solve this mystery, and the girls that worked at the nightclub that were friends with Linda could not remember what this man looked like. It's been said that if you walked into the ice cream factory since this incident, you would actually hear screams and crying. There have been reports since then of a young woman walking around the factory and then vanishing into thin air. Apparently one man had actually seen this apparition. As she got closer to him, her eyes grew wider, and he realized she had no eyes at all, but only hollow sockets. As this man watched the apparition of this young woman, her head tilted to the side where it almost fell off, and then out of nowhere, she just disappeared. There were mysterious fires that had actually broke out in this building since this incident. When the owners would go and restore the building, another fire would break out and then burn it to the ground. It was almost as if someone or something no longer wanted this building there anymore. The owners eventually gave up and ended up just boarding and abandoning the factory altogether. Then sometime in the 1970s, there was a little boy that liked to play around the factory, which had been abandoned at this point in time. One day, as he was playing on this machinery, he had actually lost his balance and ended up falling on the floor. And unfortunately, the machine that he was playing on actually fell on top of him and crushed him to death. Since then, there have been reports of giggling and singing and even small footsteps that echo in the factory. A lot of the local residents that live there say that there is at least some truth to this legend. It had even made its way to a local newspaper in 1992, where it had been reportedly owned and cared for at the time. There were also plans of construction permits that were actually put off for years. And then unfortunately, in December of 2002, for sale signs had went up around the factory, and then in January it was set for demolition. So there was my little story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already and become a morbid maniac. And if you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Melanie, and I upload creepy videos every Saturday, so be sure to stick around. And also, I am going to be uploading 31 days straight in the month of October, so yeah, you might want to stick around for that. I've got a lot of awesome stuff planned. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think of this ice cream factory, and if it was still around, would you go there and investigate it? You guys know me, you know that I would, for sure. Love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.